For our first episode back, I really want to talk about the most valuable resource that you have and whether or not you're using it to your advantage. People say all the time that time itself is the most valuable resource. I honestly completely disagree. Completely disagree. I think the most valuable resource that you have is your focus because your focus can serve to actually collapse time, make things happen sooner, have things happen faster, and just really amplify all that you're wanting in life. This is the number one thing that I have all my clients across the board really focus on, especially in Audacious, where it's a bit more of, the formula for confidence, the way for you to manifest more of what you want and become the person that you want. But really, it's relevant everywhere. It's another big conversation that we have inside of Unlimited because we have one course called Relentless, and this is just a really big thing in there. And the course itself is really becoming relentless, becoming the person who creates everything that they want. And you got to use your focus to do that. The real premise and why focus is the most valuable resource is because whatever you focus on is exactly what you're going to create. Your focus acts as an amplifier and a filter, both things, an amplifier and a filter. And I kind of want to explain each one. So your focus acts as a filter. Let's talk about that first. When you are focusing on, let's say, a lack of money, then you are only really going to see proof for a lack of money. You're constantly going to be working to validate that all of the time. And even when things counteract that, you won't really see them. You won't really cognitively capture it because your focus is a filter. And what this really means is that if you are focused on, for example, the lack of money, you're going to notice that your bills are a lot. You're going to notice the lack of money what you want in your bank account. You're going to notice that I spent more last Saturday than I really wanted to, and now I have less. You're going to focus on people who have more than you and how you don't have that. You're going to see all of those things. So it acts as a filter in that way. But the other way that it acts as a filter is that you will actually not you'll reject anything that doesn't fall within that filter. And I kind of call that an identity range in some of my curriculum videos. And it's this idea of you have a certain identity. You have a certain range of what you find is acceptable and you're worthy of. So you have things below it and you have things above it. And when your focus acts as a filter, what that really does is form your identity range. So if you only feel worthy of, for example, receiving between $3,000 and $8,000, and that's all you ever receive, it's probably because you're focused on the fact that that's all you ever receive. You've had such a dominant thought track around, I only earn 3 to 8K, I only earn 3 to 8K, that it's become a part of your identity and what you're willing to receive. So what happens, and I've seen this happen so often, it just happened to a client that I had in one of my manifesting courses, was she said that before the course, she found that she had a higher cash month. And then the months after, she dropped down really low because she felt that that month was outside of what she felt she was worthy of or what she felt she was capable of. So because her focus was so consistently on the fact that she only earns a certain amount, she's the type of person who earns this much. It's hard to earn more. It's hard to earn more. I can't possibly do more. Then what happens is when she actually did do more, that filter almost kicked in and it dropped her back down. But then through the course, we focused on releasing scarcity, shifting her focus. She ended up making $20,000 that month. And she'll be able to stick with it because she really learned how to master her focus more to release scarcity. Another example that I really like to give with this filter part is, let's say you have this idea you put your focus on. And when I say focus, I really just mean the overall flavor of the thoughts, the things that you choose to put in your peripheral, the things that you choose to think about. If you think, I always get overlooked by people. I'm always overlooked, that, those guys never like me, that girl never likes me, people don't want to be my friend. Like, I just get passed on a lot. They don't think I'm that special. Then if someone does oh my God, I've seen my friends do this. When someone does pay attention to you, when they do come up to you, let's say you get hit on out at a bar or something. Oh my God, this line kills me. My friends will people I've seen so many people do this. They'll be like, "Oh, they're just being nice. They're just being nice. It's not about me. They don't actually find me attractive. They're just trying to be nice." That is your focus being a filter. You are literally not seeing things, like, unless you have tunnel vision on whatever you're focused on. You have tunnel vision for what you think you're worthy of. So when someone comes and pays attention to you and thinks you're attractive, you are literally it's like you've got blinders on. You can't see it because you've put your focus there so much. Your focus acts as a filter. Let's go to the other part. Your focus acts as an amplifier. That is the other thing that I said. What this really means is that when you put your focus on something, you're only going to see it. It's like this idea. Have you ever heard of this idea? I don't know the actual name for it, but it's like if you if you say like, oh my God, I was just saw a Toyota Camry on the street, you all of a sudden see a bunch of Toyota Camrys. It's because your brain is constantly looking to validate it and it's seeing it more. So your focus is literally an amplifier. Whatever you focus on, you're going to see more of, you're going to amplify more of. And that goes back to what I said with the money of if you feel like there's not enough money, you're only ever really going to amplify those feelings of not enough. You're going to find through the filter more ways that there's not enough. And what that does is amplify it. And the reason it amplifies it is because when you have your focus on something like lack, let's say, when you have your focus on lack and doubtful thoughts, you are actively shifting your emotional state to a lower vibrational frequency. Because when you are actively choosing to think about over and over and over, when you're choosing to focus on doubtful thoughts, you're going to feel on that lower vibration. And since you're on that lower vibration, you're going to move a lot differently. You're going to act a lot differently. So for example, if you, through your focus, have put yourself in a lower emotional state, you're going to feel more anxious, more doubtful, more hopeless, more in lack, more fear. Then what happens from that emotional state? You're probably engaging in negative self-talk. You have a tendency to focus on the lack. You might be a little emotionally stable. And what I really mean by that is that you'll be feeling okay, and then you'll have a trigger, and then, you'll jump right back down to that low vibrational state. You'll probably have excessive amounts of depression and overwhelm that you don't really need. You'll have difficulty staying focused. You're going to be in more of survival mode. You might not sleep as well. You might even be in that victim mentality of like, poor me. Why do I have to struggle so much? Why does she have this figured out? And what happens from that? Like truly, you'll probably overeat more. You're going to worry more. You're going to feel resentment. You're going to have difficulty tapping into abundance. You'll have a harder time showing up in your business. So you're going to create results align with that lower vibrational state. You are amplifying what you're focusing on. You focus on lack and you've amplified it. That's how that works. So your focus really acts as this amplifier in your filter. But the thing is that you can use it for good. You can use it to create anything that you want. And I really like to think about focus and your thoughts as currency. Here's the thing. Whether you like it or not, your focus is constantly amplifying and filtering all the time. If this might not be a new concept to you, but even if it is, or even if you forget about it, it doesn't matter. It's constantly working in overtime. It's doing this all of the time. That's just like if whether you believe in manifesting or not, the, universal laws are generally working out whether you think they are or not. You need to be able to use it for good. And your focus is truly just it's as simple as your thoughts. Your thoughts dictate your emotions, and your emotional state in your, the flavor of your thoughts is your focus, which dictates your emotional state. And so it just comes down to this. It just comes down to being intentional with it. I like to almost think of it as like a currency. You are actively investing almost in wherever you put your focus, in the thoughts that you put in. So ask yourself, am I investing into lack, or am I investing into abundance? Am I investing into how I'm not good enough and how I don't think I can hit this? Or am I investing into really high self-belief? Stop investing in what you don't want. Invest in what you do want. So ask yourself, where am I literally paying? Where am I paying, handing over my money, handing over my focus, my most valuable resource? Where am I actually paying my attention to? What am I investing in? What shitty excuses and reasons might I be playing out over and over like a broken record in my mind that are not creating more of what I want? And I'm asking this because I have been there. Oh my good Lord, I have been there. I have invested my focus into how I'm not good enough, how I'm never going to get there, how I'm not skinny enough, how people don't like me, how I'm not special enough, I'm not interesting. I could never do that. I've invested it into financial scarcity. I've invested it into how I don't know if I'm ever going to get where I want. I don't, I've invested into anxiety and dysregulation, nervous system dysregulation, emotional dysregulation. Like, I have invested it into pretty much everything that you could not want. And even once I've known that your focus amplifies and filters, it creates you create what you focus on. Even then, I have struggled to change my focus. And we go a lot deeper in this inside of Audacious of really how to shift this, Unlimited as well. It's really in all the courses. But I'm telling you this because I want you to see how powerful you are. You're so powerful. Like, your focus is powerfully creating whatever it is you're focusing on. Again, like it or not, the world you currently live in, you created it. It's all you. It is all you, girl. And knowing that, you get to either continue putting your focus where you've put it, and I don't know, maybe it has created some of what you want, but has it created all of what you want? Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I feel like I've created almost everything that I wanted through my focus, right? And there's more that I want to create, so I put my focus more of where I want it to go. But if you have created the world you currently live in, it means you can create the world that you want to live in through your focus. So if you're a little bit of an ungrateful little bitch where you, not in like a malicious way, but the fact of you're so focused on what you don't have, then you're going to have more of not having what you want. You're not going to get what you want. If you're focused on abundance and all the beauty in your life and how amazing it is and how fantastic life is, you're going to bring in more amazing, fantastic things. If you're crying about not having enough money and crying about not having what you want, expect to have more of not enough. That's exactly what you should expect. And there's a course that I'm developing. And inside of Unlimited, you now get these 5 really powerful courses. They're powerful on their own, but they're really powerful all together. And then you get the 6 to 12 months of coaching inside. But one of the things that I talk about in there is that magnetic people, they get this. They really get this. They know that what they focus on, whatever they put their focus into, is what they're going to create. So they focus on self-belief. So they focus on the good. They focus on appreciation. They focus on being present. They focus on, the self-trust that they need, because they understand that what you focus on is what you create. I want you to think right now, what is it that I really, really, really want to create? Do I want a better body? Do I want a bigger bank account? Do I want more clients in business and want my business to feel like and I want you to get really specific with this too, not just like, oh yeah, I want more money. No. I want you to get specific of like, I want signing clients to feel really easy. I want clients to just come and find me. I want to be so magnetic that it pays my bills, it stocks my skincare, it flies me on first class international flights. Like, I want you to get really specific with how you want your world to be. And then your job is to put your focus on things that create that. And another thing too is just, I'm going to keep it really simple, and I go so much more into my products and offers, but there is more than one truth in every single situation. You need to be able to put your focus on the one that supports you. For example, I gave this client an example the other week of her income was dipping for a second and she started freaking out and getting dysregulated and, oh my God, I'm not going to have enough. And what do I do? And she put her focus in that. That was where her focus went. And so she spiraled down at that lower vibrational frequency state. And it was hard for her. She was having a really tough time. That's what she put her focus in, money going down. But an equally valid truth and more empowering one was that she's been in business 3 years, has made money consistently. She never thought that she was going to be able to do this. She's been living a pretty great life doing so. And when she put her focus in that, it's like, oh my God, I can do this. I've been doing this for so long. I've been really amazing. Wow, I've blown my own mind with how much I've been able to do. And I've literally created a reality that I never thought possible. Holy shit. I can do this. This is no big deal. I am so abundant. Like I've lived such an abundant life through being confident and betting myself. So I'm going to continue to so I'm going to continue to do so. Do you feel that? It's so different because she put her focus into an equally valid truth that was always there. So I want you to really be focused on, where do I need to put my focus to create all those beautiful, magical, insane, sexy things that I want? Where are you going to put it? And it's your job to be intentional about doing it. This isn't hard. I'm not going to coddle you on this. This isn't hard. It's just being intentional. It's being intentional. Okay. So remember that you are already powerful and already creating everything in your life. It's just about, where can I be more intentional with my power that already exists to create more of what I want. And if you're ready to go way deeper into this, I have 3 free trainings. I'm doing them live on July 22nd, 23rd, 24th, but then you get them lifetime access, like a 3-day mini course, all on being more relentless, on building the skill set to become the richest, hottest, happiest, most confident version of yourself through really becoming a person who is just relentless, who does not give up on themselves, and who is in very high self-belief, self-respect, and self-trust. That's what we're going through in those 3 days. And we go so much deeper into this topic of really, how do I switch my focus? How do I become the person who creates everything that she wants? Because that is all the things that I've really had to do to get where I am today and to go even further. So if you want to go deeper on this, you can go to my show notes and sign up for the 3 free trainings. We're going to be hosting it inside of Circle. I'm switching platforms, which is exciting. And so you'll have not only the 3 free trainings, but you'll have this homework that you can do with it. It's really going to be almost like a challenge, and you will have a community to go along with it. So if you haven't yet, go sign up. And if you're watching this after it was live, still go sign up. You have all the trainings there. The community is still there. Everything is still there for you. And so you can catch more and learn more with the 3 free trainings. And I will see you inside the community. Welcome back to season 2. And thank you for listening. I'll catch you next week.